Before joining Purity and Peace, my personal outlook on purity was that it was just, talking about like the sexual nature. But as I got into the group, I just learned that it was about way more than that. It was about, keeping your temple clean, keeping your body pure, but it was also about the mind and, about who you associate yourselves with. Before Purity and Peace, purity was important to me, because over the past, few years, my desire has been to grow closer to God. And I know that, the way to be closer to God is to be pure in your mind, pure with your body, pure in your heart. Before Purity and Peace, I did struggle with purity. It's working, I'm not perfect. And it was more, having the right relationships. There were certain people who I was around that I really didn't need to be around, and who, it was just very toxic. I had, some toxic relationships. And what that did was it messed with my mind. And it messed, by messing with my mind, it messed with my peace. So, I would find myself saying things that I shouldn't say, doing things that I shouldn't do, feeling, ways that I really shouldn't feel. And, all of those things got me away, pushed me further and further away from God. Peace was something that I struggled with, because I would find myself trying to do things, like my way, and not really relying on the Lord to fight my battles or, work things out for me. And I would, just really try to take everything into my own hands, and it just never worked. It always backfired on me. So now, after taking this class, I'm learning that God's got everything in the palm of His hands. He made us, He created us, He knows us better than we know ourselves. And now I'm just working on just letting Him have His way. The prayer that I prayed before taking this Purity and Peace class was for God to bring or surround me with some women who wanted to be closer to God. Because that was my desire, to be closer to God. And I said, Lord, I'm gonna need help with this. I need my environment, I need my surroundings, to be better. So I said, Lord, please, send these women to me. I say, it's not that I don't have, positive women around me, but I just want women who I can talk to, who I can lean on, who will pray with me, before anything else. Well, if I come to you with a problem and say, okay, listen, hey, let's pray about it. That's what I really, really needed in my life at that time. And and the Lord did just that. This group, Purity and Peace, has surrounded me with like-minded women who has a passion, for the Lord, to love the Lord. The topic that hit me the most, or that I took the most from, was the temple. Back then, the temple had to be a certain way. What I took from that is that the Lord wants us to be a certain way. He wants our bodies to be pure. He wants our minds to be pure. He wants our hearts to be pure. If not, how can you serve Him when how can you fully serve Him or let Him use you if those things are, not pure? I've learned about thoughts and not entertaining negative thoughts, because we know that negative thoughts, they're not of God. They are of the enemy. And just recognizing those thoughts and casting down those thoughts, as soon as they come, because it all starts in your mind. And once it takes root in your mind, things will follow, and not good things. So this group has really taught me to, identify those negative thoughts when they come, because they will come. The book that I read was Getting Serious About Getting Married. It's one of many books that's offered during this class, which all the books are, they seem to be great, and but this one was just recommended for me. The biggest thing that I took away from that book was that I was not alone. I'm 31 years old, I'm single, Haven't really had like a meaningful relationship. And one of my biggest struggle has been, okay, God, like when, and actually since I haven't had a real relationship in a long time, I'm like, okay, God, like is there something, with me, or am I not supposed to be asking when, or what? Like, am I alone? Because like everyone else around me is like, getting engaged and, getting married and things like that. So I'm like, okay, Lord, what's going on? And what the book affirmed for me was that you're not alone. There are other people who are struggling with the same thing that you are struggling with. And what the book did help me to do is to know that, it's coming. But get prepared, enjoy your preparation, enjoy your preparation stage, but still you can still continue to seek God about it, because it's nothing wrong with, wanting to be married. We're all here, unless you have like a higher calling, God has called you to do some great type of work. We are, meant to be with someone else. So I just learned that it's not wrong. I'm not wrong for feeling the way, like that I feel about wanting to be married. But it's just, it's in God's timing. I would just say that this is just a phenomenal group of ladies where you can just come and be yourself, learn about the word, hear what the Lord is saying. And it's like a non-judgmental zone. You can feel free to talk about a lot of things and not be, not feel condemned. And that's very, very important, because, nowadays people like to judge and people like to point a finger. And I don't feel like that has happened here. I feel like this was just an open space for us to learn, for us to, be with other women who would uplift you. I would just tell anyone, if you're looking for a safe zone, if you're hurting in whatever type of way, and you feel like there's no one here for you to listen to your story, to encourage you, I would encourage you to join this group.